Wausa made state last year. Plainview was there 2 years ago. Both of these teams have a lot of talent back. Both of these teams, though, also have athletes that were playing football like 2 weeks ago.
Right.
So we might not exactly be in basketball mode yet, but I think these are two teams that are going to have a lot to say about what the shape of Class D1 looks like come postseason.
Well, you're right. I think both of these programs have a lot of good athletes. And if you look back to last year, certainly Wausa made it to lost in the semifinals. Wausa lost to Wynot.
Yep.
Plainview was a team that was good enough to get there. They were just in a brutal district. They lost to Elkhorn Valley. We did a game where they played right here on News Channel Nebraska. They played West Holt at West Holt and went there and won. By the way, West Holt finished 4th at state.
Yep.
So this is a good basketball program, and as we just mentioned, good athletes. I think we'll find out a little bit more about Plainview, but I think coming into this game and coming into this season, Wausa has some big expectations. Going as far as they did and having 3 starters back from that team, I think they expect big things from the Vikings.
We'll talk key players, get you starting lineups coming up. You're watching high school football. No, you're not. You're watching high school basketball on News Channel Nebraska.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
Ashoff Construction of Osmond does it all when it comes to general contracting. From agricultural storage buildings to commercial office buildings, retail warehouses to concrete contracting. The AGI Sentinel buildings help safeguard crops and valuable assets, and Ashoff's professional builders handle the job from the design through the completion of the build. For a free estimate, contact Dylan Price, Scott Pullman, or Brandon Ruge. Call 402-748-3551 today. Visit AshoffConstruction.com for more information.
Pre-game show is brought to you by Custom Sports. Look great for every game with custom team or business apparel from Custom Sports. Check them out at CustomSportsCode.com.
Let's talk key players tonight's contest. The Wausa Vikings were 24-5. A year ago, finished 4th place in Class D2, qualified for state, and a big reason for that was the play, especially later in the season, of their sophomore Matthew Schindler. Lou, he was great for them from that guard position last year, especially down the stretch, and I have a feeling he's going to put up some pretty big numbers for the Vikings this year.
Yeah, that extra year. He's a junior now. He's played a couple of years, so you figure that confidence is growing, and certainly body-wise, too, just getting bigger and stronger. But he's a playmaker. He can score. He's a facilitator and a pretty good defender as well. So he's a guy that the Wausa Vikings, not only in this game, but the rest of the season, they're going to lean heavily on Matthew Schindler.
Meanwhile, Plainview 15-8 last year, only 2 starters back, but one of them is a really good one. The 6-foot junior, Cohen Lingenfelter, does it in all 3 phases of the game, Lou. He is an all-everything guy, and they're going to need him to really be that this year.
Well, Plainview is in good shape when you got a guy named Lingenfelter coming back, because that's a good basketball family. He's 6 feet tall, is Cohen, but he averaged 12 points, but impressively 3 assists a game, and it's certainly a good rebounder from that guard spot. So again, much like Schindler, he's a playmaker. He's a junior, a guy that you figure is going to be better than he was a year ago, and a guy that the Pirates will lean heavily on tonight and the rest of the year.
Had 15 points last night. Plainview falling to Pierce. Pierce boys are going to be really good, I think, this year. Pierce got the win last night, 62-42. Plainview was in that game for most of the first half, kind of let it slip away in the third quarter. The Plainview Pirates, under first-year head coach Taylor A. Speaking of Pierce, a Pierce High grad, Plainview has made 13 appearances at state, their last coming in 2024. They've only gone twice since 1997. Meanwhile, the Wausa Vikings, under coach Tim Schindler, 9th year at the helm of this program, 96 wins, 101 losses. Also was head coach at Newcastle for a few years. They've made 20 appearances at state. Last year they made it to the semifinals. It was their first appearance at state in 11 years. They've made one state title game all time, finishing runner-up in 1999. And we talk starting lineups now, brought to you by Medica. With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for. It's interesting, you look at the Plainview starters there. We talked about Lingenfelter, the other returning starter, Wyatt Schroff, the 6-foot junior. Best three-point shooter returning as well, 35% from three last year. Guys like Kobe Martins, you'll see him, a freshman, coming off the bench. Cody Hoffman as well for them. This is a team that was trying to figure out who's going to fill out that starting roster. They had a lot of familiar names the last couple of years.
It might be a little work in progress, and what a tough way to start the year. You got to play Pierce and then Wausa, two real state contenders. So you learn a lot about yourself right off the bat.
Kobe Martins, a 6'3 freshman, had 4 points against the Jays last night. Meanwhile, Wausa, they've got three starters back from last year. They're good ones. Matt Carlson, we talked about Matthew Schindler and the big man. Preston Schlote, the 6'5 senior. I think a guy who was just sort of scratching the surface of what he was capable of at the end of last year. Almost 9.7 rebounds a game. As far as the new guys in the lineup, they were key bench players for them last year. Gavin Knipp will be starting for them. Coy Kraft starting as well, as is Lincoln Thorell, the junior, who was kind of their sixth man a year ago. And actually, it will be, I misspoke, Matt Carlson will be coming off the bench for them tonight. Just trying to figure out the rotation, some new faces for this Wausa Vikings squad and Coach Tim Schindler. But where number 50 stands out, Wausa moving up a class. They're in Class D1 this year, but there aren't going to be a whole lot of centers as big as old Preston Schlote in Class D1 this year.
Yeah, he's 6'5 tall and 6'5 wide. He's a big dude out there. I'm interested to see him in his development, how much he's worked on his game in the offseason.
Wins the opening tip. We are underway. Wausa and Plainview. This one should be fun. It's Schindler off a Schlote screen. They're trying to get to the big man down low, fronted nicely and turned over. Plainview quickly ahead. This is Braden Clement running point. Gage Walton floats one over. Schlote gets it to fall.
Right off the bat, attack the basket. You know, it's much like the girls' game, Eric. With Plainview, they've played a game already. They've felt the game flow out already. And even though Wausa's got some quality players coming back, this is game number one.
Schindler, quick trigger triple off the mark. Walton the rebound. Walton had 8 points last night in that loss to Pierce. Leaves it right side, now up top, wide open triple. Try nothing but the bottom for Braden Clement. 5'10 junior, only averaged 1.4 points per game a year ago.
You're going to come on the road and play a state tournament caliber team. You might as well get off to a good start. 2 for 2 from the field is Plainview.
Schindler forces the issue, draws damage on Cohen Lingenfelter, his first. Be a fun matchup to watch tonight. Lincoln Thorell the inbound, gets it to Schlote. Leaves it for Schindler up top. The back step, got the roll. That's a tough shot. Matthew Schindler, but those are the types of shots that he would hit regularly last year.
Yeah, he does have that degree of difficulty to his shot. He's the kind of guy that will take those shots, and you're okay with it as a coach if they're a little off balance.
Up ahead, 10 seconds, did not get it across the timeline. So it'll go back to Wausa, showing some pressure defense of their own.
They get the turnover and get the ball back here.
You see the Schindler shot on our replay, brought to you by Madison County Bank. Here to help you grow, also by Mead Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. Double drag screen for Schindler, pulls up from the elbow and hits.
Well, he's got that confident shot, you know. He got great release, and you know when certain guys take those shots that they know it's going in.
Lingenfelter, the blow by, too strong on the shot. Schlode clears it. Schindler, high screen, reverses, kicks left side, Thorell. Step back triple try, too strong. Schlode, oh, how did that not go down? Thorell keeps it alive. Open three, no. Rebound to Plainview. Lingenfelter can't get past Schindler. Leaves it for Schroth. Kicked out, knocked out. Quick hands there by Coy Kraft. It'll stay with Plainview. First subs of the night coming in for Wausa. Caton Anderson checking into the game. Jackson Wingert in as well.
That's what you want defensively, is what Croft did, is get your hands in passing lanes, get deflections, make things happen defensively.
No look, nice job running the baseline. Got the roll. Braden Kement with 5.
Well, Kement got behind the defense. They found him, and a good finish there in a reverse layup.
Off the slip screen, Schindler to the rack, draws the foul. He is so slippery. Caught the arm, did Gage Walton, and that sends Schindler to the line.
Well, he's really at his best when things break down, when he's able to take you off the dribble and get in the lane. I'm not sure he's at his best with shoe shopping, however. I don't know. What do you think of those shoes?
They're all right. So that is a designed mismatch. That's you buy him like that.
Yeah. I have these conversations with Kalen Devin all the time. He's a young guy. He likes that. I'm old school.
Well, and the issue with Kalen, his mismatched shoes aren't by design. You just have to kind of remind him every once in a while.
Hey, those don't match.
Yeah, one brown, one black. That's not going to work. Off the turnover, Thorell, soft touch, not there. Undercut on the rebound, and they'll say over the back, though, on Thorell here in our first quarter, which is brought to you by Yankton Medical Clinic Norfolk, building a legacy, one patient at a time, one generation at a time. From family practice to expert specialists, they're here for you today and every day. Hip check foul called on the wing. That'll be on Kraft.
Yeah, I think
Coach Schindler.
I think Wausau's got a chance to play kind of two different styles. When Schlode is not out there, you can, I think, play more of a full court offense. Not that Schlode can't run the floor, but I think when he's in the ball game, you want to try to pound that ball inside as much as you can, and you become more of a half court team.
Cody Bloomquist in the game for the first time tonight for Wausa. Open three on the wing. A little too much on that. That was Bastian Curtis. Mishandled up top. The steal and the reach. A little bit of frustration there. Anderson let that one get away.
That's the one thing you don't want to do. You're Caton Anderson in that situation is once the ball's been turned over, you don't want to create, make it worse by picking up that foul.
Plainview going to the bench. Kobe Martins, 6'3" freshman checking in. Colt Hoffman in as well. He had 3 points in that 20-point loss to the Blue Jays a night ago. Shot over Schlode. Wingert hauls it in. Then an open man in the corner. They finally find him. That 3-2 strong, though. Off the top of the backboard. Didn't go over it, though, but Wausa turns it over anyway. Boy, Thorell was begging for it. They caught him late. And now Plainview will have the basketball up 2. They have led throughout after scoring the first 5 points of the ball game. Extra pass kicked by Schlode. They'll reset the shot clock.
That's one where Gage Walton had a pretty good look at a 3.
Yeah.
Turned it down and tried to force it inside. I think you'd like to see Walton take that shot.
Plainview was a pretty good shooting team last year. 27% as a team from the long line. Oh, big collision there. Again, these are two teams that went deep into the postseason in football.
Just going to say the same thing. That's Guys, the pads are in the storage room. They don't
Still
need
be in football mode a little bit. Plainview is semifinalist this year in Class D1. What a year.
Yeah, what a team. Yeah, Wausa, was it Wausa Osmond, right?
Wausa Osmond,
Yeah.
had a great year as well. Class D1. Baseline foul from behind. Lingenfelter got Schindler on his hip. That's Schindler's first. And that's the 5th foul on Wausa, so Plainview shooting for 350 in the first quarter.
I think that's one thing that Plainview can do. They don't have the size that Wausa has, but they have really good athleticism. And I think that you've seen them. They've been able to draw fouls. They've been a little quicker than Wausa here earlier in the game.
Lingenfelter, a 75% free throw shooter last year, splits the pair, and Plainview extends their lead. Schindler, a 1-3-1 zone press by Plainview. Wausa runs baseline, extra pass, Schindler. Got it and one.
Wow.
That release is lightning quick, and Schindler will look for 4 from the free throw line.
Well, that hurts if you're Kobe Martin there. Went out to contest that shot, but you've got to run by him or, flash through him. You can't make contact physically. And that's a 4-point play waiting to happen.
Boy, a nice look as well. Boy, Schindler, that is tough.
Oh.
In and out on the free throw. Schindler has all 8 of Wausau's points. And double dribble back to Wausa.
That's an early season turnover.
Yeah. So Wausa will try to take their first lead of the 25-26 basketball season. Back into the zone. Kraft. Bounce pass, Schindler. Rebound, Walton. Good find left side. Nice baseline D, nothing there. The door shut, now Plainview back up top. Lingenfelter. Leaves it for Schroff. Looked good out of his hands, Schlode the rebound. Schindler surveying, drawing the 6'3" freshman's attention. College range, left it short. Rebound kept alive out of bounds, goes to the Pirates.
Now, Schindler is an excellent shooter and a playmaker, but I think if you're Plainview, you're going to let him take that shot pretty much all night long. He might make one here and there, but that's not a high percentage shot. I think if you're Wausa, you'd like to go inside out a little bit to Schlode. They're kind of surrounding him. Let him kick out, get some kick out 3 opportunities.
Wausa really pressuring with the defense out high. Settled into kind of a matchup zone here. Open 3, right side, no. Schindler spins away with a rebound. Quickly ahead come the Vikings. Floater rolls home off the front iron. Matthew Schindler 10, Plainview 8.
Yeah.
Baseline left open, good, strong take, Colt Hoffman.
Yeah, you got to do that. You can't be afraid of the shot blockers or the size. Got to attack the rim.
Wausa wasting no time. Shot blocked, but a foul called. Good touch pass down low. It's Lincoln Thorell heading to the line. Here's Coach Schindler. 4 wins away from 100 at Wausa.
Had a great run a year ago at State. I did the game against Wynot on the radio. They had chances to win that game and get to the state championship. But as you often do that time of the year, small things here and there when you're playing another great team. But I'm sure Wausau's looking to get back again this year.
That they are. Timeout called. We'll keep it here. 11-10. Wausa with the lead over Plainview. Here, first quarter. When you look at what Wausa does, obviously it starts with Schindler, but you and I have both talked about how Schlode's a guy I think's got to touch the ball a little bit. As much as they can get the big man touches, maybe he doesn't go up with it, but that 6'5" frame looking over the defense, passing out of double teams, I think that can be a weapon that can really unlock this Viking offense.
Well, Schlode, you'd like to have him get some touches and score the basketball. I don't know that he has to be a big-time scorer to be effective. But we've seen them try to roll him off the high post, and Plainview's done a nice job sagging back and surrounding him. But that's got to leave the perimeter open when he's not touching the basketball and you've got 3 defenders around him. So if you can, you go inside out. You try to get him some touches. Otherwise, you should have some opportunities even rolling off that those high post screens.
Out of the press, look out, undercut. Scary situation. Blake Foster okay. Foul called on Kraft. That's his second.
Now that was pass interference.
That was, yes, yeah. Yep, early contact. That's a spot foul, I think, right?
Yes, something like an automatic first down, I know.
Well, it's past 5 fouls, so it's automatic free throws for Foster. Foster, one of those younger players trying to work his way into the rotation. 5'11" junior. Saw limited time last year. I think last year a lot of folks thought certainly Plainview would be one of the players in Class D1. Like you mentioned, came up short but had just a murderous sub-district. Had to face Elkhorn Valley, fell to the Falcons. Pass too tall for Schlode. Now Lingenfelter coast to coast, uses window. Foster stealing the rebound and then is pushed from behind, and he'll head to the line. Good effort by the junior. The foul called on Thorell.
Yeah, I think he took the rebound away from Thorell. That's great hustle. Again, we talked about it in the girls' game. You make plays like that, you're going to get more time. That's just a hustle play.
Draws the second foul on Thorell. Take a look at this again. First of all, I thought this was going down. That was a good shot. Right place, right time. And Plainview splitting the pair, tie game. Thorell the rebound. The pirouette, the pass, open three. That was a rainbow arc on that one. Scramble for the rebound, still lose, tied up. And off the held ball, alternating possession, will give it to Plainview.
Like the effort there by Curtis going down on the floor after that one.
Full court press again. Lingenfelter working on Gavin Knipp. Now Clement up ahead. Shot blocked by Thorell.
Blocked and rebounded. That's a great defensive play by Thorell.
Schindler off the Schlode screen. Schlode trying to get in position. Instead, Thorell left side. Cut off. Back up top, Schindler from the volleyball line. And the rebound to Martins. Plainview struggling to get it across the timeline, but drawing a foul 60 feet from the rack. That's going to be on Jackson Wingert. Already seeing a lot more foul shots in this game than we saw in the girls' game.
This game has been very physical.
Got to look at Coach Taylor Astrike there a moment ago. Was an assistant the last couple of years. There he is. Pierce High grad. Went to UNK for college. Getting his first crack at a head coaching position. Eight seconds for Schindler. Gets a screen from Kraft, draws the switch, loses the handle, tries to force one up at the hoop. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot. Maybe a little bit of both. Either way, it didn't work, and Plainview's got the lead after one. 13-12 Pirates You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
When you have the inventory people want and a team that understands what you need, there's one place to go. Big Red Motorsports in O'Neill. Name brand ATVs, side-by-sides, and high-performance machines built for work, made for play. And the service doesn't stop at the sale. Big Red Motorsports delivers, literally. Free delivery with your purchase. It's all here in O'Neill. Big Red Motorsports.
Nebraska Public Power District was ready to power the state's ag industry growth in the 70s and the ethanol industry in the 2000s. Today, the need for energy is growing at a rapid pace. We are ready. We are expanding our diverse energy generation mix and building on to an already reliable and resilient infrastructure, not only to power today, but to empower Nebraska's tomorrow. Nebraska Public Power District.
Well, here's a bit of a dichotomy. Plainview, 13 points in the first half, spread out over 6 different players. Wausa, 12 points, all but 2 of which have come from one guy. Matthew Schindler has 10 of them. Plainview with the lead as we start the second quarter. Alongside Lou Siefker, I'm Eric McKay.
Wausa has controlled the boards in that first quarter, but I think Plainview's effort has really matched Wausa and their physicality also. I think you've got to like the way Plainview's, what their effort has been in that first quarter.
Comment can't get it. Schlody the board. Now Thorell, tough little leaner with the left hand. Tracks down the rebound though. Kraft's 3 rattles home. Gavin Nip with the 3. Second chance opportunity. The Vikings back on top.
Another long 3. Here's a strip.
Numbers for Wausa if they can control it. Great save. Schindler heading to the line. What a play there by Coy Kraft to keep that alive. Schindler draws damage at the other end.
Behind the back save. That's a great job to keep that play alive. And
foul called on Comment, his first.
And you got the right guy at the free throw line if you're Wausa.
As Wausa hitting from deep, Schindler hits the first free throw. 2 of 4 from the line. Make it 2 of 5. Wyatt Schroff the rebound. Lingenfelter working on Schindler. Now Schroff back to Lingenfelter. Thought 3, thought better of it. Draws the big man, tries to shoot over top of him. Schlody got the arm down.
Yep.
And that will send Lingenfelter to the line. Schlody's first foul.
Well, I love the no fear from Plainview, and in that case, Lingenfelter. Because, I mean, sometimes you're gonna take one. You know, you're gonna get a Spalding sandwich, but you can't be afraid of the shot blocker. If you got to go after him. And that time you got Schlody, as you mentioned, bringing that arm down to block the shot. You get that call a lot of times.
Lingenfelter makes both. All 3 of his points have come from the land of the free. Back to a 1-point game. Coy Kraft leaves it for Schindler. Now Kraft up top. Nice up fake. Schindler trying to shake the defense. Floats it home. Good touch from the junior.
Now there's one of those floaters we talked about earlier. Tough shot to make. Schindler makes it look easy.
Has 13. Wausa up 3. Lingenfelter quickly the other way. Draws attention. 3's open. Schlody the board.
They're finding pretty good shots, are the Pirates, but Schlody making sure there's no second chance.
Kraft mixed everything on the step back. Here comes Plainview. Schroff, the Euro, with the right hand from the left side. His first bucket.
Coast to coast.
Back to a 1-point game. Schlody down low, passes out of the double. Wide open.
There you go.
Man, I'll tell you what, those 3s are going to change the weather conditions in this county. The Nip hits his second. He's got 6.
Yeah, that one was in FAA airspace.
Showed up on the NWS radar. Tipped out. Good effort by the big man. And Plainview will inbound.
But that's what we were talking about earlier, Eric, is those inside-out touches. I mean, collapse around Schlode. He found his man wide open out there, and Nip knocks it down.
Wausa now their largest lead. Entry pass. Jumper falls from the nail. That's Gage Walton. He's got 4.
It's a good paint touch that time. Walton with a turnaround jumper. And, boy, Plainview not afraid to get the ball in the paint against a little bit bigger team.
Another 3. Nip, that one too strong. Thorell, good effort. Couldn't keep it alive, though. Plainview will have the ball. Chance to tie or take the lead back. Schlode will get a rest. Schindler will sit as well in favor of Caton Anderson. And Jackson Winger back into the game for the Vikings. Comment. Now Walton back to Comment. On rebound, tracked down by Wausa. That's Nip. Inside out. Winger over 2. Good effort on the rebound by Kraft. Last touch by Plainview. Vikings will inbound.
Well, I like the way Wausau's playing right now. Defensively, on that last possession, really kept Plainview from attacking the basket. Just shut down all driving lanes. And then that's just a really good effort that time by Kraft on the boards.
Thorell works it in on Curtis. That's a tough shot. It falls from the left elbow. Thorell with 4.
Yeah, Thorell with a jump stop between 2 defenders and makes a very difficult shot.
Braden Comment. Now Walton turns it over on the travel. And so it's back to Wausa. Vikings starting to find a little bit more rhythm in their offense as Plainview calls the timeout. We'll take one as well. Vikings hitting from deep. They're up 4, 23-19. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages. Because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
Wausa up 4. Halfway home second quarter alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Here's Matthew Schindler. Leads all scorers with 13. He will lead all scorers in most of the games he plays this year. But Wausa finding some balance. That's been the difference. Thorell from 3. Vikings their largest lead.
Yeah, Wausa is starting to knock down some threes, now forcing a turnover. Plainview with their 5th turnover. And this game's kind of turning toward the Vikings. And again, some of that is, even though Schlode not in the game right now, is the ability to go inside out. But this time it's just, you just left the guy open. And Thorell made him pay.
He's got 7.
Well, you saw Plainview kind of dropping down into the lane, and even though the big man wasn't out there, left Thorell wide open.
A little high-low. Plainview read it well. Off the turnover. Heading to the line. Gage Walton. Foul called, I believe, on Anderson. That's his third. So Wausa might be a little thin on the bench the rest of this half.
That's the one thing Plainview's done really well, I think, is just attack this defense and draw fouls. Get guys, you want Wausau's best players to be spectators, and they've done a good job of that. This is a good athletic team. I think their calling card this year is probably going to be on that defensive end and their ability to turn you over, and maybe they're pretty good when they run in that transition game.
Yeah, they're going to have to run. They really don't have the size. They've got the 6'3" freshman, but not a lot of length in this Pirate squad. Second one rolls off the front iron. Thorell the rebound. 6-point game. Schindler directs traffic, clears it out. Goes one-on-one, pulls up. Schlode cleans it up, can't fill it up. Plainview the other way. Oh, Schlode going for the steal, called for the reach.
That's not where you want. Again, he's upset he missed that shot, but you can't make one mistake turn into two. He's too valuable. You can't pick up a silly open court foul like that.
Curtis out to commence. Wausa back at a man-to-man look. They've shown a few different defenses. Lingenfelter somehow keeps his balance. Swung right side. Poked out. Plainview will keep with 10 to shoot.
Yeah, I think one thing when Plainview gets a little more seasoned this year and they can move the basketball around that defense quickly, I think they're going to be dangerous. It kind of got bogged down there with a bit of a trap down low, but it's, again, an athletic team and a team that can move the basketball quickly.
We have a second Schlode. Owen Schlode is checked into the game, and he gets the rebound. 6'3" sophomore. Schindler, the hesitation. Blocked. Great help defense. Schindler got it back. Got it to go.
He has so many ways to score. How about an offensive putback?
Curtis working it in on Schlode, and will head to the line. So you got Preston Schlode at 6'5", Owen Schlode at 6'3".
I think Coach Schindler might have mentioned that to him, just to go straight up. Don't bring those hands down. You're 6'3", make him shoot over the top of you.
So it's Bastian Curtis at the line. This is the first. Curtis, 6-foot junior.
Playing with glasses on. I tried that when I was younger, and it didn't work very well.
Now, he doesn't even have anything to, keep him on. He's just trusting they're going to stay on his face. Misses both free throws. Block after the offensive rebound. He'll try it again. Got it and won. Wyatt Schroth the effort.
Yeah, that's great effort. Schroth stayed with it off the block. Still gets the rebound and the foul. Another foul on Wausa.
That's Thorell's third now. So you got Lincoln Thorell and Caton Anderson each with 3.
Might be just a battle of attrition for Wausa.
Through the wickets on the rebound, cleaned up by Kraft. 6-point game. Schindler picked up by Lingenfelter. Can't get past. Now Nip. Back to Schindler. Nice job to stay in front of it. Open 3, though. And the rebound pulled down by Curtis. Couldn't keep his footing. And it goes back to Wausa.
That's unfortunate. I like the effort there by Curtis. Just go up and snag that. That's a great job, but just could not keep his feet, and then turns it over after the rebound.
Preston Schlode back in. You know, at some point this year, you're going to get the all Schlode line. They'll go double big.
There you go.
Not in this case, though.
Good luxury to have that size off the bench.
And Class D1, you bet. Schindler. Tries to shake the defense wide open on the left. Good closeout. That caused the travel. That's a nice job by Walton to recover. And the Pirates trying to turn defense into offense. Cohen Lingenfelter still looking for his first field goal. He's only put up one shot tonight. Curtis wide open. Schroth got it. Off the find from Curtis. Schroth's first triple. He's got 7 all this quarter.
And Schroth had time to gather that and square up and shoot. If you can make those shots with Wausa gambling defensively, those shots are going to be available. If you can make those, you're in really good shape.
Schlote setting up the wall. Kept the 3 open, couldn't hit though. It'll stay with Wausa. Kraft to trigger. Schindler touches back to Kraft. Off the inbound, too strong. Rebound to Clement. Off the turnover, long 2. Schlote puts up and in his first bucket tonight. Much more in control on that putback.
That was a good position down low by the big man.
Lingenfelter goes at Schlote, draws damage. He'll head to the line. He got past him. And the foul will indeed be on. Is that on Schlote? No, it is not. It is on Wingert, his second.
I think Plainview, if they run their sets and they're patient, they find ways to break down this Wausa team defensively and get to the bucket.
That time, you had Schlote on an island one-on-one. You don't want him that far away from the hoop one-on-one.
Yeah, they like to gamble defensively, does Wausa. And that sometimes they get out of position, and that allows either a dribble drive or we saw a little moment ago an open three-point look.
Back to a one-possession game. Lingenfelter with 5, all from the free throw line. Empty corner for Schindler. Leaves it for Nip. Back to Schindler. Kraft. Schlote. Lost the handle. Trickles out of bounds. And that is, I believe, the end of the first half. Yes, it is. So Wausa doesn't get a shot off, but they head to the break with the lead. 30-27, Vikings on top at home. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a Teammates mentor. I've heard Teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates helps students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Michael Foods, strong supporters of area athletic. Check out michaelfoods.com for job opportunities.
My name is Jody Larson, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. Working for a community bank for me just seems so much simpler because you get to make your decisions here locally. We get to be the heart of the community and we get to know each other more by name. They're not just a number coming in. We really truly care about every single person that passes through the door. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
On your way to the big game or heading home after the win, Speedy Mart is the ultimate team stop.
Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! Stay alive! You're bound to stay alive at Speedy Mart.
Icy cold drinks? Check. Tasty snacks? Double check. Fast fuel and room for the whole crew? You know it.
Be aggressive. And make sure to go to Speedy Mart after the game.
In our community, we work hard and stay on the move. But when foot or ankle pain stops you in your tracks, it's time for expert care you can count on. At Faith Regional Foot and Ankle, our team includes 4 dedicated providers who provide care for all ages, because healthy feet and ankles are essential at every stage of life. From everyday issues like bunions or heel pain to the most complex conditions, including total ankle replacements and Charcot-neuroarthropathy, we provide advanced treatments and compassionate care. Our experts are here to help you heal, regain strength, and get back to doing what you love, one confident step at a time. Don't tiptoe around foot health. Step forward with Faith Regional Foot and Ankle.
'30 to 27, Wausa with the lead at the half. We've got a half of regulation basketball here. We are nowhere near done with the basketball this weekend, though. Elkhorn Valley taking on Lutheran High Northeast tomorrow afternoon from the Andrews Activity Center in Norfolk. Unified Bowling, the state championships live from Lincoln on Monday. And then some great games next week. Southeast Nebraska rivalry renewed, Beatrice versus Crete. How about the Weeks brothers taking over in Beatrice? Jackson Weeks getting a win in his debut as Beatrice head coach last night as they beat Nebraska City. And then, Lou, you and I will be there in Wakefield. The parquet floors there with the Trojans as they take on Battle Creek. Great slate of games coming up on News Channel Nebraska.
So you're telling me that News Channel Nebraska is the place to watch high school basketball. That's what you're telling me.
We've got over 100 games on the schedule this winter. So, yeah, if you like high school basketball, there is nowhere else to turn than right here on NCN. And a reminder, you can follow us on social media. Send us a follow online at NCN Sports on all of the socials. News Channel Nebraska on YouTube. Hey, send us a shout-out. I'm keeping an eye on X tonight. We'll send you a shout-out on the air. Let us know where you're watching the game with us tonight. They had a good one on our South feed tonight. Bellevue West beats Norris 76-73. Keaton Melcher hit the game winner with 1.7 to go in that one. Probably maybe something like that coming up in this one. We'll take a look at our top plays from the first half coming up next. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
At TC Amish Home, we want to help you live better, longer. With a complete selection of health-focused power chairs from Ultra Comfort. Ultra Comfort features zero-gravity positioning, giving you that weightless feeling and increasing your circulation. Elevate your feet, release tension, reduce swelling, and maximize blood flow. They are fully programmable to your customized settings. With the softest, easy-to-clean fabrics, the entire family is able to enjoy the benefits of your new Ultra Comfort power chair. Live better, longer with Ultra Comfort at TC Amish Home in Norfolk.
With 2 board-certified physicians, Dr. Charles Harper and Dr. Alan Spanel offers a high level of expertise in internal medicine. If you're over age 18 and ready to find a trusted physician who will be with you throughout your years, Dr. Harper and Dr. Spanel are ready to provide you with the medical care you need. Whether you are healthy or have several medical conditions, as internal medicine physicians, they provide the care you need. Yankton Medical Clinic, Norfolk location offers so much care so close to home.
So this yellow jacket, it basically symbolizes that it's showtime.
The Yellow Jackets are a throwback to Monday Night Football.
The 1970s, Keith Jackson, Howard Cosell.
That was the big broadcast in the country. Now we're the big broadcast in Nebraska.
When News Channel Nebraska is covering a game, we want you to know that we take it seriously. We want to dress sharp. We have pride in what we do.
And we're going to wear those yellow jackets to show people. Now we're a little old school, but we're also the important broadcast of the night.
NCN Sports is brought to you by Western Oil. Make your first and last stop to and from the game at your nearest Speedy Mart or good-to-go convenience stores today. And by Heritage at Fountain Point in Norfolk. Living better.
Darling, I believe everything's somebody on your side. We all need a fam, we all need a crew. When you're in a jam, don't know what to do, just reach out your hand and we'll see you through. Doesn't matter where you're at, we got your back. We got your back.
With a Medica health plan, you're not just covered, you're cared for.
NCN Sports is brought to you by The Carpet Shop, providing quality residential and commercial floor covering and installation for almost 50 years. And by Michael Foods, strong supporters of area athletic. Check out michaelfoods.com for job opportunities.
This is Christina Wemhoff from Madison County Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender. We know not everyone's home loan needs are the same, and that is why our lenders have both the practical experience and product knowledge to ensure your solution is a perfect match for your needs. So we invite you to come into your local Madison County Bank branch and talk to us about your dream home today. Madison County Bank, here to help you grow.
Halftime here in Wausa. (30-27) Wausa with the lead. Let's quickly take a look at top plays from the first half as the Vikings have the lead. Interesting as we see Plainview make the shot here. They only attempted 18 shots from the field. Wausa, Matthew Schindler leading all scorers with 15, attempted 31. But Plainview is playing their game. They've attempted 10 more free throws than Wausa. 9 of 17 from the free throw line in the first half. That's the difference. They're really drawing Wausa in defensively, forcing them into foul trouble. And if this keeps up, the shots that they are taking are quality ones. I think Plainview's got to feel pretty good about how they're sitting here at the half down 3.
Well, I think their game plan is to make it a 4-quarter game and move that basketball. They've done a great job to move the ball around and then take it off the dribble and attack the defense. They've drawn a lot of fouls, and they've got been at the free throw line. They've kind of lived at the free throw line in that first half. It's kind of like the I guess you go back to the old Husker days where people were complaining they were just running it. But then by the fourth quarter, the other team's depleted and tired. I think that's kind of Plainview's game plan is to get, maybe not wear Wausa out, but get guys in foul trouble and force some of their better players to watch a lot of the second half. I think that gives, Plainview a chance here to come on the road and get a win if they can continue to do that in the next 2 quarters.
Lincoln Thorell and Caton Anderson each start the second half with 3 fouls for Wausa, so that's 2 starters right there. Thorell played really well in that second quarter. 7 points, 4 rebounds for him. Schindler leads the way. He's got 15. Plainview's been very balanced offensively. 7 different players have scored, led by Wyatt Schroff. He had 7 points, all coming in the second quarter, to go along with 3 rebounds. Wausa a rebounding edge overall, 19-14. A big part of that, again, Lincoln Thorell and Preston Schlote, who had 6 rebounds in the first half.
It's just so important, I think, for Plainview to continue to play that style and play with that energy, again, against a little bit bigger team. And Wausa, and for Wausa, you want to get some quality looks here. But there's the guy you want him to shoot a lot of those shots, just like that, a good pull-up jumper.
That's exactly the shot he wanted off the empty corner. Schindler with 17, Wausa back up 5.
He's such a tough matchup one-on-one in the open court.
Lingenfelter draws a crowd. Got the defender in the air, too strong on the lay-in, and a foul underneath. Going to be called on Wausa as Gage Walton was trying to follow the shot. They will get Matthew Schindler with his second. Mishandled on the entry by Curtis. And here come the Vikings. Gavin Knipp had a couple of threes in the second quarter. Schindler trying to get it to the big man. Traveled. He turned into the help, Lou. Yeah. If he goes to his right, that's probably an easy lay-in.
Yeah, turned right into the help side defense, and that created the travel. I might have been one where he kicked it back out to Schindler, who would have had an open three.
Jump stop. Extra pass. Lingenfelter still looking for his first field goal. The wait continues. Now Schindler wants three. Rebound tracked down by Nip. Kraft pulls up from deep. And instead it's Lingenfelter clearing it. Underneath the hoop, wild shot trying to draw contact, I think, was Lingenfelter. It'll be out of bounds to Wausa.
Yeah, that was exactly what he was trying to do. But instead it goes back to the Vikings. You might run some clear-outs here for Schindler. Try to get a one-on-one situation.
Boy, nice pass to the roller. Foul on the floor. Peyton Anderson able to draw the foul on Schroth. That's his first. Kraft spots up, can't fill it up. Rebound to Plainview. Kraft has struggled tonight, 0 of 6 from beyond the arc. Now Lingenfelter off the screen. Draws the reach, and that's Schindler's third.
Yeah, and that's a foul you don't, especially with Schindler, but you're talking about 20 feet from the basket. You just can't pick up a reach foul that far away. You got to use your feet. Now Schindler gonna have to sit down here for a little while.
They bring in Thorell, so they trade 3 fouls for 3 fouls. Lingenfelter into Curtis. Bumped by Schlode. Back out, Kement draws the double. Skipped right side. Plainview resets. Nobody picked up top of the key. Rebound by Thorell. And he'll run point. Schlode up top. Big man, head of steam, off the window. Back comes Plainview. Into the front court. Walton gets the roll. Gage Walton with 7. 3-point game.
Defensively, if you're Plainview, you're going to allow Wausa to do things that are a little bit out of character for them. One of those is Schlode dribble driving. You want him catching the ball in the post and going up. Another turnover now for Wausa, the second of the half, but gives Plainview the basketball back, only down 3.
And Kraft just lost the handle as you get another look at the good, strong finish. Gage Walton played well tonight. They give it back to Kement. From beyond the arc, short. A good effort on the rebound to keep it alive. Lingenfelter can't hit. Another offensive rebound. Now it's Curtis down low. Bumped by Schlode. Plainview out hustling the Vikings right now.
Well, again, I mean, this is Plainview's game. They're playing their style of game. You got pretty much 5 guys that can handle the basketball pretty well.
Now you've got Preston Schlode with 3. So 4 players with 3 fouls for Wausa.
And 2 really important guys in Schlode and Schindler. You got to have those guys out there in the stretch run.
Stripped on the way up. Stay with it. Curtis. Walton. Lingenfelter. Tries to get some room on the dribble drive. That was 3/4 of the way down.
I don't know how that didn't go in.
He has been unlucky from the field tonight. Poked up top, Curtis the steal. Lingenfelter draws 2 defenders, splits them, got the roll. The degree of the difficulty wasn't high enough. That was the problem last time. His first field goal, he's got 7.
Got to make it tougher for Lingenfelter.
Back to a 1-point game. Wingert. Up top, spacing issues.
Yeah.
But again, you've got no Schindler on the floor. You got a lot of key ball handlers that aren't there right now. Who's going to step up for Wausa? Thorell trying to be that guy. Rebound to Plainview. Up ahead, Curtis. Extra pass. Left side, Walton in too deep. Rebound to Winger. Then stolen away. Walton up with it. He'll head to the line after a great defensive play by Cohen Lingenfelter.
Well, Lingenfelter has really brought it in the second half. He didn't have the points he probably like to have, but he's affected the game in a lot of ways. 5 rebounds just in this quarter, and not to mention that defensive play we just saw.
That's another Wausa player with 3 fouls now, Coy Kraft. In and out on the free throw. As you look at our replay, brought to you by Madison County Bank, here to help you grow, and Meade Lumber, making you feel at home from design to finish. Plainview, they've been out scrapping, out hustling Wausa at times. It's kept them in it. We got a tie ball game. They've been down by as much as 8. Schindler back into the contest. Had spacing issues again for Wausa. He had 2 guys in the same spot on the wing.
Now struggling on the offensive sets right now. Another turnover. That's 5. They've turned it over I think 4 times in the last few minutes. That's really allowed Plainview to get back in the game and tie it up.
They only had 6 in the first half. Lingenfelter on the drive, lost his footing, still almost got it to go. I'm telling you, he's just got to be like horizontal. That's how you get the shots to fall. Schindler spots up, can't hit. Good hustle on the rebound by Cody Bloomquist. Schindler on Schroth. Goes back in and will head to the line. Just that first step, so quick, hard to stay in front of him.
They really need some help over there at times. That's why I'm saying he could, try to run a closeout with him, or a clear out with him. Just because he's such a tough matchup one-on-one, you need some help. He's a guy that can create his shot anytime.
This is the free throw, though. He has struggled there tonight, just 2 of 6. Now 3 of 7. 18 points for the junior. Wausa back on top. That's Colt Hoffman back in for Plainview. Gives it up to Kobe Martins. Skip pass, corner triple. Martins the rebound, using that 6'3 frame, and then he's fouled on the floor. And that will be Jackson Wingert's 3rd foul. Wow. 6 players with 3 fouls for Wausa.
Yeah, the fouls are mounting.
Plainview's got to be thinking they could have made a shot or 2. They could have pulled away from this game, but they can't hit anything either. Both teams' offense is really in the mud right now. In and out. Great effort to keep that alive by Hoffman. Martins gets it, goes back up off the window, and gets it to go, the freshman, with his first points tonight.
That's a really nice finish off that tip rebound to him. Great finish in the lane.
So Plainview regains the lead for the first time since the first quarter. Schindler short-armed it, might have lost it on the way up. Lingenfelter, left side, off window. Plainview's up 3. Wyatt Schroth with 9.
What a great play by Lingenfelter, driving deep into the lane and dishing it off to Schroth.
And a foul called on the 3-point attempt. Wausa will be shooting 3 as Gavin Knipp drew the foul. That was Wyatt Schroth called for the closeout foul. Second time they fouled on a 3 tonight.
Yeah, you've got to close out a little more efficiently. You can't make the contact with the shooter out there.
Well, every shot of his, bit of a rainbow, even from the free throw line.
Yeah. You close out on those 3-point shooters. You want to run with your hands up and in their face. You don't want to make the contact.
Won't be able to hit all three, so Plainview will catch a break there. Owen Schlode back in for Wausa, as is Lincoln Thorell. Eight points for Nip. 1 point lead for Plainview.
If shots get any higher, they'll have to clean the snow off of them after they go through the
He's
net.
close to hitting the guide wire on on some of those. Martin's the spin. Schlode the rebound after the block shot. Top of the key, Wingert trying to spin in on Lingenfelter. Found a little bit of room. Offensive rebound, Schlode short-armed it. Martins clears it. Both teams really struggling from the field here in this third quarter. Hesitate, midair, not there. Rebound, Curtis, lost it. Wausa out with it. Wingert the steal. Schindler will bring it up. Spot up triple. Lingenfelter the board.
Almost another three-point foul there. There's contact after the shot.
Martins in on Schlode. He'll head to the line. Boy, raw talent, but Martins has shown some nice moves on the offensive side tonight.
Yeah, he's got that long, lean body and a good athlete. I think he's a player certainly that can make a difference for Plainview. Got to make free throws, however.
That foul on Owen Schlode, his second. So Preston Schlode will return to the game. Three points for the freshman, 2-point lead for the Pirates. Schindler, they empty the corner out. He gives it up. Thorell. Schindler up top off the down ball screen. Doesn't get the roll. Schlode's put back not there. Curtis the rebound. Down to 3 seconds. Lingenfelter at the horn. And that's the end of the third quarter. Both offenses struggle a bit. But we got a close one as we head to the fourth, and it's Plainview on top, 37-35. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Whether you're rolling up in a semi, pulling a horse trailer, heading to the lake with your boat, or just cruising in a car or motorcycle, Speedy Mart is your stop. Fuel up fast, grab your favorite snacks, stretch out with plenty of parking, and step inside for a roomy store and friendly faces. And hey, teams love it before and after the game. Speedy Mart convenience stores, fueled for every road.
Getting set for the start of the fourth quarter here. The defense really ratcheted up the intensity, and it showed in the offense. Those teams shot a combined 5 of 29 from the field in the third quarter. Wausa only made one field goal over that third frame. 37-35, Plainview with the lead as we start the fourth.
Yeah, 10-5 quarter in favor of Plainview. That gives them the lead. And I was telling you on the break there, Plainview had 14 rebounds in the first half. They had 14 rebounds in the third quarter. A lot of that is because of missed shots.
Yep.
But give Cohen Lingenfelter a great deal of credit. Not scoring, shots aren't quite falling, but he by himself had 7 rebounds in that quarter.
A similar thing happened to Plainview last night. Their offense went quiet in the third quarter. The difference is, tonight their defense has kept him in it. Pierce scored 20 points in the third quarter of that game, pulled away, won by 20. Plainview only had 6. They were only down by 4 at the break, but let it slip away in the third. I think both teams are going to watch the film of this one and see missed opportunities in that third quarter.
Yeah, for sure. A big thing now for Wausa is to play hard, but don't pick up cheap fouls.
A lot of players, 6 players with 3 fouls. And with that in mind, Gage Walton goes right at him. First Pirate in double figures.
Yeah, no reason to change anything for if you're Plainview. You keep attacking.
Pirates back up 4. Their largest lead's 5. Spot up triple. Short. Lingenfelter the board. Thorell had 7 in the first half, nothing in the second half. Lingenfelter's off on that lay-in. Schlode the rebound. Cohen Lingenfelter has struggled from the field tonight. He's made plays elsewhere. Schindler, wow, what a shot. He's got 20.
What a tough guy to guard. He's so quick, and he can get his shot off just about any time he wants.
Looking for some inside out. Curtis kicks out for the wide open 3. Can't make him pay. Now Wausa. They can tie, take the lead here. That's who they want with the ball in his hand. Schindler leaves it for the open triple. Wausau's back on top. Gavin Knipp's third make from downtown. And a timeout called. We take one as well. Gavin Knipp. High arcing shot. Money in clutch time. Vikings up 1. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Hey, it's me, one of those students on the waiting list for a teammate's mentor. I've heard teammates is so fun and awesome. You get to talk, laugh, play games, and hang out with a positive, caring adult once a week at school. Teammates help students believe in themselves, and 97% of mentees are proud to be a part of it. I'd love to be one of those mentees, but we need more mentors. So if you got an hour a week to be someone a student like me can count on, go to teammates.org today. Join the team. Be a mentor.
Hey, folks, stick around after the game for our post-game show, brought to you by Custom Sports alongside Lou Siefker. I'm Eric McKay. Big bucket a moment ago by Gavin Knipp. It's always fun in these early games to see the players that, have improved in the offseason. Knipp averaged 1.8 points per game last year. But now he's got 11 tonight and just put the Vikings back on top.
And I think you give Schindler a lot of credit, too. He could have easily went one-on-one, but he found his teammate, trusted his teammate, who, Knipp delivers in that situation.
Nice find by Curtis. Too strong on the shot. Rebound there, and back and forth we go. Gage Walton.
There's a great press break play that ends up in a putback off a missed shot.
Schindler answers. Clutch time for the junior. He's got 22.
Yeah, you're going to have people cheating over and helping out. Force him to get rid of the basketball. Just too good of a shooter, too good of a scorer to leave one-on-one.
Already 3 lead changes this quarter. Make it 4. Gage Walton. 6 this quarter, 14 for the game. Both offenses starting to fill it up now.
Yeah, Walton has been clutch here in this late part of the game.
Fade away from the elbow. Tough shot. Good rebound by Thorell. Open 3. Second chance. Gavin Knipp.
Wow. Stepping up to the plate is Gavin Knipp.
He's made 4 of his last 6 from deep at the other end. Tying the game, Gage Walton. Perfect from the field this quarter.
Walton against Knipp right now.
5 lead changes and now a tie already in the fourth quarter. Kraft wants 3. Missed everything. Great effort by Schlode. Goes back up with it. Big man didn't give up on the play, and Wausau's back on top.
That's great recognition because Curtis backed off thinking that ball was going out of bounds. Schlode got that rebound, realized he wasn't playing him, and just stepped in there and made the lay-in.
Lingenfelter gives it up. Oh, mishandled. It'll be Wausa basketball.
Yeah, that's a tough turnover.
Schlody will take a seat. Just hit a huge putback.
And
Martin's back in for Plainview.
Nip and Schlody sit down right now.
And now a timeout called by Wausa. We'll keep it here. 4:22 to go in the game. In regulation, I should say.
Yeah.
The way this is going. 47-45. Wausa with the lead. It's remarkable, Lou. Both of these offenses look like completely different teams here in this fourth quarter.
Yeah, struggled mightily in the third quarter. A different story here in the fourth. Both we got players like Walton for Plainview and Nip for Wausa, who's really stepped up and made some clutch shots. Now for Wausa, you get a break, get another possession off a turnover. And you certainly like to put the pressure on Plainview and get a two-possession lead in this possession.
I give Wausa a lot of credit defensively. You know, they've had 6 players with 3 fouls. None of them have caught a fourth yet.
Yeah, that's playing smart, not getting a cheap foul.
Caton Anderson will inbound.
Yeah, Cohen Lingenfelter against Schindler. That's a really good matchup.
Really is. Lingenfelter has not had it offensively tonight. Defensively, though, he has made his presence known. Kraft wants to go baseline. Tough shot off the window. And the rebound cleared up by Kement. He's fouled. Jackson Wingert, that's his 4th. After the game, stick around because we'll talk to our player of the game. That's brought to you by Heritage at Fountain Point. Might be a little bit of a tougher discussion than our girls' game.
Yeah, I think it might be.
Especially if Plainview pulls this out. This has been a team effort tonight, although Gage Walton has been brilliant this quarter. Nice spin.
Wow.
Puts it up and down. Gage Walton 5 for 5 this quarter.
And Walton's wearing the right number. That was Michael Jordan-esque.
Wausa can't answer. Offensive rebound. Good effort play. Jackson Wingert back up with it. And he'll head to the line after the offensive rebound. That foul on Wyatt Schroff, his 4th.
Well, I like the decision there for Wingert. Once he gets that rebound, just take that ball back up. Force the officials to make that call. Misses the first free throw, however.
Free throws have not been great for Wausa tonight. They're 3 of 6 this half, 7 of 13 for the game. Both teams have really been about 50% from the free throw line this evening. Missed them both. Look at the effort by Thorell. Now Schlody driving, filling it up, and 1.
The big dog on the hunt there.
That foul on Bastian Curtis. That is a big train coming.
Yeah, not going to deny him all night long.
Nothing but net on the free throw. He's got 5 this quarter, 7 for the game. That's the 7th lead change in the fourth quarter.
That's a nice, sweet free throw from the big man. Another turnover. Plainview just being careless with the basketball right now.
That's 2 ball handling mistakes that have given Wausa the basketball in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, those are the turnovers you just can't have in a tight ball game, especially coming on the road against a really good team.
Schindler, they run it on the horns. Now back up top, down low. Schlody, 3 seconds. He was planted, camped in there. Coach Schindler doesn't like it.
Yeah, got to make that a little bit quicker. Right idea. I like the fact that they're going to the big man, especially after he just converted a three-point play. He's feeling it. Get him the basketball. Just took a little too long to develop.
Off the screen, the 3 short. Schlody the rebound. Wyatt Schroff's gone cold, just 2 points since the break. Had 7 in the first half. And now Schindler. forces the issue. Not a whole lot of guys that can do that.
No.
24 for the junior. Lingenfelter trapped, gets out of it. Kmet wants three. In and out. Schindler skies for the board. Wausa back up 5, equaling their largest lead this half. They did lead by 8 at one point in the first half.
Smart move here to pull it out and be deliberate. Get a good shot, work your set, get the best shot you can.
Schindler curling to the opposite side. Thorell keeps. Leaves it for Schindler up top. Boy, he's making Lingenfelter work. High screen from Schlode. Long three, missed everything. That is fantastic on-ball defense from Cohen Lingenfelter.
Yeah, you like the fact that Wausa was taking their time. They took too much time and had to force a very quick shot.
Little slow getting back, and Gage Walton makes him pay. He is 6 of 6 from the field in the fourth quarter, and Plainview calls a timeout. We'll take one as well. Don't you dare go anywhere. This one is not over yet. It is a 3-point game, and Gage Walton trying to will the Pirates to victory on News Channel Nebraska.
I got my colonoscopy for my family.
I get my colonoscopies yearly because I am high risk for colon cancer due to a gene that I carry. And so I feel it's very important to have your screenings to prevent colon cancer.
As a healthcare professional, I see how colon screening saves lives.
I got my colonoscopy because my dad has colon cancer, and he actually ended up with an ileostomy because his cancer wasn't found via colonoscopy. It was found because he had problems later.
At my age, I didn't really think I needed one, but I realized after my first colonoscopy that it was the best step I could have taken for my health.
I got my colonoscopy because I realized the importance of early detection and that PrEP wasn't as bad as everybody made it out to seem.
The first colonoscopy happened at age 45, and subsequently now I have them every 3 years per recommended guideline. Early detection is our best fight against a colorectal cancer if it were to occur.
Hey, after the game, we're going to take a look at our top plays. That's going to be fun because this game's been fun. Those top plays brought to you by Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust. There is a difference. Schindler got behind the defense off the inbound. The body control to get that one down and make it a 5-point game.
That's a great pass, and then Schindler with a great catch and finish.
Schlode the rebound off the miss. That was a key 10 seconds in this game right there.
Yeah, the driver's seat now are the Wausa Vikings. Got to be smart about it here. Certainly you want this guy handling the basketball. You don't want to take a quick shot, but you want to get a good shot.
Anderson fouled on the floor. You know, fouls were such a big issue early on. That's just the fourth called in the fourth quarter. Third on Plainview, and the third on Gage Walton. Schlode, one-on-one. Foul on the floor. Yeah, I get it, Bastion Curtis. I would do the very same thing.
Yeah. I would have just untied his shoe or something. That's what I would have done.
That is knowing you've got a foul to give and going, oh no.
Yeah, that's a tough matchup for Curtis.
They lob it to the big man. Look at the move down low. Preston Schlode, 7 this quarter, 9 for the game. Critical time for Plainview now. Lingenfelter can't get it. Schlode another rebound. And a foul called as Wausa brings it up. They're shooting the rest of the way. For the last 30 seconds, feel like Wausau's really taking control of this one.
Yeah, they certainly have. Love the effort there and the fire from the big man, Preston Schlode.
The way
you're going to see the finish there.
That, man.
Yeah, that's a tough. That's once he's. You know, you'd like to see him do that a little bit more.
Yeah.
But Plainview's made it tough. They've done a lot of double teams and have forced those entry passes to come up high or force Schlode out on the high post. But boy, when he catches it inside like that, he knows how to finish.
9 points for Schlode. How many rebounds?
10.
Big man, 10? That's not bad at all. Meanwhile, Coy Kraft trying to salt this one away. Misses the second. Rebound Komet, Plainview in a hurry. Walton hasn't missed yet this quarter. 12 points this quarter. He's got 20 for the game, but it's Lingenfelter. Well, he has just been snake bitten from the field tonight.
Yeah. Now it's game getting away from Plainview. Wausa definitely in the driver's seat, up 8 now, and going to be shooting free throws. A valiant effort tonight from Plainview.
Absolutely. They came in with a good game plan.
Yeah.
Executed it well. They just, outside of Gage Walton, just couldn't hit shots down the stretch. Now at the line, Wausa rattling it home. Lincoln Thorell, that's his first point this half. He's got 8 in the contest. Preston Schlode sitting down. Nice effort, especially since the break. In and out on the second. Rebound to Martins. Quick trigger triple at the other end. Out of bounds to Wausa.
Yeah, they're Plainview in scramble mode now, down 9. And this score may end up not being anywhere near the type of game that we've seen.
This quarter, I mean, there were 7 lead changes in this quarter alone, 2 ties. But Wausa pulling away late. They hit the big shots, made the big plays. They can take care of the ball here. Well, it turned over. Back the other way, heading to the line, is Colt Hoffman. The 6-foot sophomore draws the 4th foul on Thorell. Not over yet. But Plainview can't afford any more misses.
You got to sink a couple free throws, set up pressure. And you're going to have to get at least a couple of steals to climb back in this one.
Good form on the free throw. Schlode back in. Gavin Knipp sits down. Well, he hit a couple of huge threes earlier this quarter, the one that put them back on top. They have not surrendered that lead since. Second free throw off. Rebound to Wausa. And now they'll head to the line. They can feel it. Wausa trying to go 1-0 on the year. They'll be on the road tomorrow. Headed to Spencer to take on Boyd County. Spartans 1-0 on the year. Plainview, they get a little bit of time off. They played last night. They're back at it a week from tonight on the road against Elgin Public Pope John. Wolfpack should have a pretty solid team this year.
Like if I'm Coach A-Strike with his team, I would be telling them, look, you guys played well. You played hard.
Yep.
Yeah, and this has been a tough opener. I mean, with Pierce last night and then Wausa tonight, that's a tough road to hoe. But you just got to keep building on the effort that you brought tonight.
Yeah, the schedule makers did Plainview no favors. They've got Elgin Public Pope John and Lutheran High Northeast next weekend.
Yeah.
That is a tough first 4.
That really is.
That 3 not there. Scramble for the rebound, tracked down by Kraft. Inside of 10 seconds to go. Plainview will call the foul with just 4 seconds left. So Schindler will get a chance to add to his total. 26 points tonight for the junior. Well, you think of the kind of numbers this young man could put up this year, just as a junior.
Very, very good player and a smart player. And maybe the one thing he hasn't done well tonight is shoot free throws. But I've really liked his ability to go one-on-one and make shots and create shots. He's also been unselfish. He's found teammates when he could have been selfish and went one-on-one. He's found open teammates.
I like what they do to get him involved, the different screens they set up, try to find ways to get him going empty side. That 3 doesn't fall. Wausa survives at home. They had to work for it, but they get the win. 60-50 the final. Post-game show coming up. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.